We're going to be learning about something called trigonometry, which has to do with right triangles only. Okay, so this only works when you have a right triangle. Okay? The hypotenuse of a right triangle is always opposite the right angle. Okay? And the adjacent side is the guy who is next to the angle we're talking about. The opposite side is always going to be across from the angle that we're given. Okay, in this case, the angle is the one that has the x. So if you see this angle here, that's the one we're talking about, not the blank one and not the right angle. We're talking about this one. If you ever see this thing with circle, the zero with the line through it, that's called theta. It's a Greek symbol, and that talks about the angle we're talking about. All right? Just represents the angle. So when they say theta, or this little weird symbol, that's what they mean. So we need to identify things. So, given the right triangle, it says to identify the hypotenuse. In this case, the hypotenuse is across from the right angle, so that's going to be YZ. The angle we're talking about is Z, so across from Z is and adjacent to Z is the two letters next to it, which is XZ. All right? So, I want you guys to try number 2. So, let's see what you get for the hypotenuse. If you got HU, you got it right. Opposite angle H is what two letters? IU. And adjacent or next to angle H, okay, the non-hypotenuse is IH or high. Okay? So you guys can use one letter if there's like a JKL, or you can use two letters if there's angles. So you guys are going to try example 3, example 4. Okay, number 5. Given the right triangle, identify the following. What is the hypotenuse? Let's use a number this time. So, I don't know how to get the radical sign right now. Let's see. So, I'm just going to say the square root of 5. That is the hypotenuse. Opposite angle theta is, hopefully you understand, that's a 2. And next to angle theta is this guy right here, which is a 1. Okay, so you guys are going to try this one here. The hypotenuse is, hopefully you got that right, it was 37. Opposite angle Z is going to be unknown, right? We don't know it. And adjacent to angle Z is the 12. All right, so that's how it works. Now, we need to then find out what the sine and the cosine is. So we're going to go over what that is going to give us. So we'll take a look at what that means. So we're going to go to trig ratios, and the sine is going to be opposite over hypotenuse. Okay? So, if I was to draw a picture, it would be here and there, right? So we'll call this A, B, and C. So A is over here. So the sine of A is known as opposite over hypotenuse. And so we're going to use O over H. Is this something you have to memorize? Yes. The cosine is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. Yes, you have to memorize that. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. So that's the words we're going to use. Okay? Now, These are the words that we're using. Now notice sine is S-I-N-E, but in the calculator it's going to be sin. This is cosine, but we use cos. And this is tangent, but we use tan. Okay, and now we're just going to identify one. You guys do one. So the sine of z, let's label everything. This is my hypotenuse. From z, this is opposite, and this is adjacent. Hopefully you guys understand. From z, 5 is opposite, 12 is adjacent. So we need opposite and hypotenuse for sine. Sine is opposite and hypotenuse. So opposite is 5 divided by 13. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is 12 over hypotenuse, 13. And lastly, tangent is opposite and adjacent. So for this one, we're going to get O over A, which is 5 over 12. All right, and you can write that as a fraction. All right, so you guys are going to give the next couple a shot, and you can finish all the way up to question 8. Thank you guys. Good luck.